Hey, you guys, Mr. Waltz here. This is dimensioning example 3. So this is a block with a hole in it. Pretty simple shape. Um, so first thing to do is go to Fusion. We're going to make it. There's the one we made in example 2. Here's a cool thing. If you only have one design open and you hit the close button, it'll automatically make a new untitled one. You can always just make a new untitled one by clicking the plus sign for new design. I'm going to double click my grid and snap that I have the snap turned off, grid set to 1 inch with 4 subdivisions. Um, Sketch on the XY plane. And then this one is heck easy. It's just a box 2.5 wide, 2 inches tall. So do rectangle, click, 2.5, tab, 2, enter. There it is. And then we need a circle, right? So the circle, 0.75 diameter, zero point 0.5 from the bottom, 1 inch from the edge. Circle, just going to put it down there, 0.75. Click D for dimension, click the center of the circle, click your bottom edge. We're going to put zero point 0.5 there. And then I'm going to click the right edge of the box, click the center of the circle, and 1 for there. Okay, let's double check it. It looks right. Then what I'm going to do is finish my sketch, go to my home view and extrude. Extrude depth is 1.5. You can see it in the top view. So you click extrude, click that, 1.5, and then hit enter. All right. So that one's done. We're going to hit save. This is going to be example 3. Um, then we need a drawing, right? So we go to File, New Drawing from Design, and Full Assembly, Create New, choose WPHSA template, and hit OK. Then your drawing will open up. The scale, you can see it's going to choose 1 to 2. Now let's go look at this. Before we did this, I assumed we were going to have 3 views. You can see we're only going to need 2 views. And the reason is this is a prismatic shape. It has the same shape all the way through. So these kind of shapes, you can always get away with 2 views. Um, because the third view, you could do all the dimensions in the top and front. You don't need the side. You could get rid of the top and add the side. That would be fine. You could do it either way. But let's do a top and a front. So what that means is we can move the scale up. It's at 1 to 2, which means half size. Let's move this up to 1 to 1. Get a little bigger view. We'll pop that in there and hit OK. Then we're going to use our projected view button, click on the front view, go up, and it'll put a top view. And then over here on the right, just make sure up. If you go straight to the right, you get a side view. But if you go up just a little bit, you get an isometric. Then you can click your green check mark. By the way, these views, you can drag them around later. You can hit escape, and you can see you could drag the front and top. They stay aligned together. Remember, they have to be lined up. Remember our construction lines. And you can also drag the isometric. But these are good spots here. I'm going to double click the isometric, change it to shaded, and close. And then we can work on dimensioning the front and top view. So the first thing we got to do here is we have a hole. So we have to add some center lines. So we're going to use those center line tools. Yeah, this center line tool right here. We'll use this for the top view. Click on the 2 hidden lines, and it will make that center line going down the middle. And then for the front view, we're going to use the center mark tool, that one. Click on that hole, and it makes center lines there. So those are drawn for you. Then it's just dimension time. Our top view, we're going to do the depth, 1.5. D for dimension. Click on the right edge and just move over. And then the rest of the dimensions will be in the front view. So remember, we want to do smaller dimensions first. So we're going to work on our whole size and location. So you can see the size is 0.75 diameter, and there's 2 location dimensions. By the way, notice these are the same dimensions we put in when we created it. And so what'll happen is after a while, you'll kind of get in a groove where when you're making your part, you're making the same kind of dimensions that you would do when you draw it. And ultimately, that's a good way to do it, because if the dimensions were enough for you to create the part, there will also be enough for somebody else to create the part. Anyways, let's go in here. We're gonna hit D for dimension. click on this circle. I'm going to bring it down here underneath. That's the size of the circle. Then we need to do the location of the circle. I like to think of it as X and Y coordinates. I'm going to click the right edge of the rectangle. I'm going to click this vertical center line, and then I'm just going to go down here. Let's see, that's kind of close. I'll line it up with the 0.75. That looks pretty good. Then I'm going to do the bottom edge of the rectangle and the horizontal center line. And I'm going to slide over here to the right. That looks pretty good. Now, I don't like it does this a lot. It puts the 0.5 above. We really want to have the dimension in between the dimension lines here. So watch this. I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to click on this dimension, grab the dot on the 5, drag it. We can drag it so it goes right in the middle, and you can see there's just enough room. It can make the little arrowheads. I like that a lot better. The other way is fine, but this is takes a little less space and it's more old school. Then we just need, so we got the hole done. The only other thing we need is the overall height and overall width of the box. So that's easy. D for dimension, click the right edge, come over here, boom. D for dimension, click the top edge, go up, boom, and click. All right, that's all your dimensions. Double click it, make sure you got everything in there. And so we got the overall size of this thing, and then we got the size of location of all the features, which in this case is just the hole. Um, as always, click your save button and save this. You can see it comes up with great names here. I love it. Example 3 drawing. That's perfect. I don't need to do anything with that. And then what we want to do is export it. So again, use your export tool, export PDF. I like to do open PDF so I can see what I'm making. Save it to downloads, or you can make a folder of your own if you want, but downloads is fine. And it'll give you a preview there. You can see what it looks like. And then go into Classroom, add the PDF to the assignment. And that's it for number 3. You can go on to number 4, and then you'll be done with this assignment. Okay, good luck.